There's a condition in pork carcasses that we consider quality being inferior. It's inferior when it has a condition called PSE. PSE stands for pale, soft, and exudative. Exudative is another word for watery, and generally it means that the muscle does not have a very good ability to hold on to water. And it's inferior for this reason. Well, first of all, it doesn't have very good consumer acceptance, because in the package, a retail package, even fresh pork will lose a lot of that water, and it causes a lot of purge in the package. The second reason PSE makes an inferior carcass is due to processing characteristics. The majority of the pork carcass is processed, either as hams or loins or bellies or as sausage. And if it is PSE muscle, then that muscle is not as able to hold on to water, and therefore during the cooking cycle, the yields are considerably lower in the final product that's produced in that processed meat item. Because it loses a lot of water, because the muscle is not able to hold on to that water, it is inferior for processing characteristics. We evaluate PSE conditions in a pork carcass looking at the 10th rib, 11th rib cross-section. We'll take a knife and saw and cross-section the carcass between the 10th rib and the 11th rib. It exposes this loin eye, and we'll look at the color, firmness, and wateriness that exudes out of that loin eye. And we'll look at the color, firmness, and wateriness of that loin eye. In an unribbed pork carcass, we don't have this cross-section, so generally we do not even think about PSE conditions. Remember, we talked about evaluating quality in an unribbed pork carcass, one that's not ribbed between the 10th and 11th rib, by looking between the ribs. We'll look at the amount of feathering to determine marbling, kind of an idea of marbling. We call it feathering. And we'll look at the lean color between those ribs as well. What I have here are two carcasses. One carcass is a PSE carcass, and this other one on the other side is normal in color, texture, and firmness. This has also no marbling, and the other carcass has some marbling evident in the loin eye. So we'll want to take a look at those. As we look at, this is a PSE carcass, and as you take a look at the loin eye, you'll see that it's pale, soft, and watery. You can see the water glisten off the ribeye itself, or you'll see the water glisten off the loin eye itself. And then, as you'll see in this one, this is normal in color, texture, and firmness. And we'll take a look at, so you'll see it has a pinkish red or reddish pink color. Here's a carcass that's normal in color, texture, and firmness. It, as you can see, has a pinkish red or reddish pink color. It has marbling, and it is a fairly firm surface to the loin eye muscle. Therefore, this is normal, and the other carcass we just looked at is PSE.